video I'm going to share with you some tips on how to prepare for your first Fondo, and I'm also going to talk about a training plan that I followed in preparation for a Fondo that I signed up for. I'll split this into two parts. This is part one, and here I'm going to share with you some tips for your Fondo, and in part two, which will be a separate video, I'll talk about the training plan. And I'll leave a link in the description below to the training plan video. So the first thing you'll want to do is do some research on the Fondo that you want to do. Typically, Fondos have different distances that you can sign up for, and usually the longer the distance, the more climbing you'll have to do. Now, depending on how long you've been riding, you might want to sign up for a distance that fits you. Now, this is just a suggestion, and of course you can sign up for a 100-mile Fondo with 10,000 feet of climbing. And if you're fit and you've been riding for a while, it'll be manageable and you'll do fine. But if you just started riding, you might want to look at the past month and try to gauge your level of fitness, so then you can sign up for a distance that is challenging and that will definitely stretch you, but it won't be so long that you won't be able to finish it on time. Fondo organizers usually have a suggested starting time depending on the distance you want to do, and usually the longer rides start earlier. So if you sign up for 100 miles or 160 kilometers, the first part of the course you might do fine and find 8 stations along the way. But on the way back, depending on how long you've taken to do the first part of the course, the 8 stations might be gone by then. The 8 stations are going to be stocked with electrolytes, water, food, gels, so that you don't have to carry all that with you and you can just focus on riding. You'll just probably carry 2 bottles and some gels with you, and you'll be able to stop at the 8 stations to refuel and continue the course. The other reason to do some research on the Fondo you want to do is elevation difference. Depending on where you live and depending on where the Fondo will take place, the elevation difference might be big. And at higher elevations, your body won't perform the same way. It won't work as efficiently as at the elevation you're used to training. There's not a whole lot you can do to prepare for that other than maybe going a week before to the site and do some training at elevation. But a lot of us don't have that kind of time. And even if you do that, 1 week might not be enough for you to adjust to that elevation. So the best thing you can do is keep yourself hydrated, watch your energy levels, and make sure you have a nutrition plan. And this is where another tip comes in, and that's use the 8 stations. If you can, find out what the 8 stations are going to have in terms of food or electrolytes, so that you know what to expect when you get there, and you can stay on top of your hydration and nutrition. The next tip is set yourself a goal for the Fondo. If you're doing it just with friends and for fun, then the goal would be have fun during the ride and not really worry about the time or anything like that. But if you're trying to improve your fitness level and you want to use this as an opportunity to do that and compete against yourself, then setting up a realistic time that you can finish the Fondo on might be a good challenge for you. I know it works for me and it keeps me motivated during the ride, and not just during the ride but also in preparation for the ride, all the training and focusing on my food intake and my training plan. It helps me get fit, and then I can challenge myself during the ride. That brings me to the next tip. If you have time and you want to set yourself a challenge, train for it so that you're prepared. What's worked for me is have a calendar and a set amount of workouts throughout the week, and not just the days that I want to do the workouts, but also the time. All of us are busy and we have work, we have family, amongst other things, and of course we have cycling as a hobby. And you might be a morning person, and the best time for you to do a workout might be before work in the morning, or if you have a night shift, then maybe right before work. But if you're the kind of person that likes to train after work, then you can set a time of say 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock at night, and that's your hour for training. And if you have time for that, then maybe you can train after your kids have gone to bed. I found that having a specific time in the day for you to work out, or at least to plan for it, that's helped me wire my brain so that all the activities that I go through during the day lead to that last activity of training, and I prepare for it throughout the day mentally also, and I have a set time for it. Fondo organizers usually have a spot the night before the Fondo for you to go and pick up your packet. In your packet you'll find your bib number, usually a map with all the 8 stations, and maybe some gels and bars that you can use throughout the ride. If you get your packet the night before, then you have your bib number and you can put that on your helmet or your jersey or your bike or whatever the requirement is. And that way you won't have to worry about that in the morning right before the ride, and you won't have to be maybe rushing so that you can get to the start line on time. Also the night before, get your gear ready. That includes your bike, your power meter, your heart rate monitor, your cycling computer, make sure all those have enough battery life. Also get your clothes ready, the jersey you want to wear, your bibs, your socks, your shoes, your glasses. That'll make things easier so that when you wake up in the morning, everything is ready. Also check weather conditions. If you're in a mountain town, it might be very chilly in the morning and then warm up a little bit throughout the day. So maybe you can bring arm warmers and knee warmers so that you can easily take them off when you stop at one of the aid stations. That will also help you figure out what kind of gloves you want to wear. If you want to wear full finger or if you want to just use your regular cycling gloves. You can also prepare your water bottles or what type of food you want to bring with you at least to the first aid station so that you can restock then. Also get a good meal the night before. Whatever you eat, just make sure it won't keep you up all night so that you can get a good night's sleep. And the last tip is just get a good night's sleep. Go to bed early and set up your alarm so that you can wake up and feel rested so that you can head out to the start line on time. And that's it for the tips. In video 2 I'm going to cover the training plan that I followed. So if you want to check that out, you can click on the link in the description below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. And let me know if you want to see more of this type of content. And also if you have any questions about something that I didn't cover in this video. I try to get to all the questions and answer as soon as I can. And with that, thanks for watching.